Hello, welcome to Gemstone Tarot, Thursday the 12th of February 2026. I know. I'm discombobulated. Completely discombobulated. We're using, you know what we're using, that's all we need to know, isn't it? Scratch and Sniff Tarot, smells like the 70s, only I don't know if it's like, let's test it, hang on. There is still a faint whiff. Is that like... I was watching Gilmore Girls, obviously, last night. I've watched it a million times, but it's so good. And I was watching Emily, who's Lorelai's mother, who's the most... I love that actress. She's also a Pisces, I think. I think she is. And I think also Lauren Graham is as well, that plays Lorelai. Never thought of that. Anyway, she was, it's sort of like she's quite posh, and she was telling Lorelai, you know, how the first taste of the wine is for the palate, and the second taste is to kind of make your mind up. And I was just thinking, the first sniff of the tarot is for the palate, and the second sniff is to make your mind up. And I can't work out, because I think I've now had these cards since about 2018, which is longer than I'd like it to be, always. And I can't work out whether my sense of smell has diminished, or whether the cards no longer, you know, smell as much as they used to smell of the person who sold these to me. Because as you know, I very often, or I very much like to buy cards, I suppose you call it second hand, but these are like, I don't know how many hands, because they're 50 years old, I think. I know, it's kind of, I don't know, I like stuff like that. I like the patina of lots of different hands. I like all of the spiritual experiences that have gone into it. And I did like the smell, because it really did smell like a 1980s tarot shop. You know that smell, you know? So anyway, let's just say they don't smell like they used to. But there still smells like the 70s cards, right? And they're still absolutely amazing as a deck. And also still just gorgeous that they have this, I don't know, wonderful patina of use. Oof. What's that bad boy coming up for again, though? Okay, good. First card we get is the Page of Pentacles. Look at that. See these? How do these appear? You know, does that happen one day? Does that happen over time? It's this lovely, it's like having, I've got a lovely dining table that I bought, God, I reckon 15 years ago. And I saw it in an antique shop. One of those kind of semi-antique, semi-thrift shops. You know, those ones, sell collectibles. And it was in the window. And I think it used to belong to the owner and their wife, and I have no idea how I got it home either, because it's got drawers in, and I'd say it's Victorian, I reckon, and it has all around, it's wooden, and it has all around the edges slices. So I think it used to belong maybe to a butcher's shop or something, even though it's not a butcher's block. But I just love, and the handles, it's, what do they call it? There's a Pembroke table. There's it's the Moon in Capricorn in me, just makes me like really old objects. I love the fact that there's drawers in it, and that the wooden drawer knobs on it just have that lovely finish that you get when loads of people's hands have like pulled the drawer out and things. Anyway, Page of Pentacles, who's turning up for us to remind us that things are slower than we would like. Also, in a more positive sense, it's like, especially with the Page, because the Page, even though when you do the court cards, the Page is normally the most inexperienced of that suit, I always feel with the Page of Pentacles, they're often shown sort of growing seeds or standing in a field, you know, that they somehow have that brilliant childlike awareness of what it feels like to have soil under your feet or soil under your fingernails. And those of you that do gardening will know how nice that is sometimes, to kind of literally get your hands dirty, get into the roots, get into the earth. Yeah. So there's something here, and of course not all of us are going to be like squatting in the garden, sticking our hands in the soil, but whatever version of that there is for you, you know, turning out your kitchen cupboards, or I'm trying to think of like some of the really grotty things that I sometimes do. The shower drain. I know. The shower drain, the dishwasher filter thing. You know that thing at the bottom of the dishwasher when you take out you go like that, and then there's this drum thing that you then wash with a toothbrush. Yeah, that kind of thing. Earthy, getting your hands dirty, getting down to it, very satisfying. Okay, especially because as the next card, which also has loads of these gorgeous kind of blobs of wear, I think that's all I can call it. Is there a name for them? If anybody knows, let me know. The Hanged Man is here, so things aren't really moving as fast as you want them to anyway. And also when we get Hanged Man energy, it's this sort of, we are coming up to Mercury retrograde, and I do believe, and do confirm this for me, I do believe Mercury's retrograde in Pisces, because Mercury's in Pisces, so at least half of it is going to be retrograde in Pisces. And I don't even know what to tell you about that. Because I have Mercury in Pisces anyway, and therefore it's just, it's one of those casserole of nonsense. That's what that's going to be. So you might as well not butt heads with it. Okay, you won't win. Then we got this one showing up. Let's just accept that we've had the Nine of Swords for a couple of days in a row. Therefore, the tide is high on the worrying factor. We're going to be worrying, we're going to be future thinking, we're going to be stressing and fretting and whittering onto ourselves. You know how you do sometimes where you can't even be asked to listen to yourself? You know, you're like, God, am I doing this again? Am I thinking this thought for the 3000th time again? Yes, you are. Okay, for some of us, this sort of heated kind of, what about this and what about that, and is covering up a sadness, a much simpler feeling. So there are many complicated thoughts when we may be trying to avoid what is quite a simple and straightforward feeling. It's like, this is the feeling. And then we're saved a bit here by the last card, which is a very, very nice version of it. It's also very, very simple. And notice we had the Two of Wands, I think, yesterday and the day before. And when you've got the Four of Wands, it's like you kind of got two, and this, you know, get this for some maths. You've got two lots of two, and that's four. And it's very, twos are nice, and fours are even nicer because they're two lots of twos. If we're talking emotional maths, and if people had tried to teach it me that way, like the feeling of numbers, I would definitely have been there for it. Isn't that weird? I wonder, and somebody, I mean, let's face it, we get to this point, you know, 2026, everybody's thought of everything and said it about everything somewhere, haven't they? So somebody's probably specialised in, talked about, made a video of, or studied or whatever, the feeling of maths. But yeah, that's really interesting actually. I'm quite intrigued by that. We have the Four of Wands, and this is a gateway card. It's also a portal card. It's perhaps a bit hidden, it's perhaps not obvious, and it's perhaps definitely coming rather slower than we would like it to, but it's still there. It's still there. You're like, oh, what do they call it? Ledge dwelling. It's still here. It's just to let you know that there is an opportunity, or there will be an opportunity. There's an opportunity, there's a portal, there's a clearance. Woof. Leave me a comment about Mercury retrograde. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.